Diamonds.com. And after you get that yes, like me, you'll say, heck yeah, thanks to Robert Hack Diamonds.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This hour of Unsportsmanlike is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes and keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. nealgroup.net.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Did you guys have a good weekend?
Someone did.
You think that was Joshy?
Turning it up. It was a great weekend.
Yeah, great weekend.
Beautiful. What did we do? Didn't really. Oh, we went to the Rowdies home opener. And the Rowdies are the local soccer team.
Okay, all right.
So we were buying all the kids around us candy to get them all hopped up, and the mothers were. They were happy, but.
Not really.
Well, they were pretty wired. Sweaty kids. Oh.
It's Florida. Isn't everybody sweaty?
Yeah, but they.
Chewy doesn't sweat.
They got a lot of energy.
I have been in this room with Chew when he has at least previously sweat.
A whiff? We call it a whiff.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple.
Yeah.
Happens.
Daily?
I wasn't going to go that far. He's like, 1 minute in, huh? All right.
So you don't want me back is what you're telling me.
Here we go.
No, I mean, I miss you. I don't miss your stench. I miss seeing your face.
Because you famously don't shower.
Today. I got new shirts coming from Amazon, so.
All right, well, when you get those, bring them up with you.
You were allowed to purchase something on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
the stunk wore down.
She says I smell as well.
Oh, it's coming from all sides, huh?
Yeah.
All right. We're all in lockstep. We had a very good weekend. Our daughter, Layla, who is 8 years old, competed in the state gymnastics tournament. Very, very, she was a little nervous. She was excited. You have to achieve a certain score in order to move on to regionals, which is held in April in Iowa. So she knew that the stakes were a little bit higher than normal, and she felt the pressure a little bit, but she performed exceptionally well and did ultimately qualify for regionals in Iowa. So she's very excited. Thank you. And we are also very excited. So yesterday we're doing the thing where, you put things on the calendar and you figure out what your days are going to look like. And when I went to put regionals on the calendar, it's a weekend in April in Iowa, I realized that it is the same weekend as Chase's junior prom.
Oh.
Tough.
So.
Tough.
Dar was like, well, we're not going to prom. I'm like, all right, but it's his first prom. He's got a serious girlfriend. They've been together for almost 2 years.
The only prom.
Well, yes, junior prom and senior prom. But yes, junior is the, because Dar said the same thing. He goes, senior prom's way more important. I go, no.
Wait, you guys have more than one prom?
Yeah, it's junior year, senior year.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't?
No. You got one.
Just the
Didn't
one
realize
prom?
I was working with a bunch of bougie people. Doubling up on proms here.
I just think it's more about HorrorCon.
Little behind the times.
We all share something in common. You're the odd one out here.
Yeah, you guys are all bougie.
I went to McGuanago.
Yeah. You know how much bigger McGuanago is than HorrorCon?
I think therein lies the point. So now we have to figure out, Chew, if we're going to divide and conquer or like how we're going to shake this out, you know? I think Dario's initial reaction was Chase will be just fine. Chase, our 17-year-old who's a junior, he'll go off to prom, he'll hang out with his girlfriend, maybe they hang out at her house afterwards, something like that, since we won't be in town. Mm-hmm. Or do I do the thing where and you know me, last year when Chase was in the state semifinal game for football, I was, acting crazy town where I was like, it's fine, I'm just going to dip into my savings and pay for a private jet to fly back to Green Bay and then fly back to Pittsburgh because I had game day out there. And obviously common sense prevailed and I ended up watching the game on the phone like every other normal human being who wasn't able to be in the stands. So we're trying to figure out how to manage this. Chew, what's your suggestion? What's your advice? Have you ever had to do this divide and conquer thing with the kids and their activities?
Where in Iowa?
Sioux City.
Is that where... No, that's Ames.
I think it's right along the Nebraska-South Dakota border.
So it's a haul.
Yeah, it's a 7.5, I think.
Looking to helicopter?
First of all, I will not get in a helicopter. I'm anti-helicopter.
Anti-chopper?
Anti-chopper.
Yeah, so
You'll never catch me in one of those.
Anti-chopper.
Way too many crashes.
All I had to do was cover the Kobe Bryant story, and I was like, well, wash my hands of that dilemma. We'll never. I mean, I have friends who have gone to Hawaii or have been in New York, and they'll do a chopper tour, and they say it's the greatest thing ever, and I'm like, I'll take your word for it.
One went down in New York City, too.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, you got to go to the gymnastics.
No, I think you just got to divide and conquer. Like, someone's got to be there for Chase. Like he probably would play it off like he doesn't care if someone's there, but ultimately I think he would want someone.
100%. That was my instinct. That was my gut reaction. Was he's going to say, "Don't worry about it. I'm fine." But for your junior prom, again, steady girlfriend. We're not, it's not just some rando or a friend. It's a steady girlfriend.
Who's traveled with your family.
I think it's a big deal for him.
Yeah, but
I think it's a big deal for them.
Pictures, right?
Well, getting him ready, and I'm not dressing him. He's not 3.
Could he tie a tie? Is that going to be something he needs help with?
I guess we could do that ahead of time, I suppose. Would it be bad if we weren't there? I think yes. Dario told me I was overreacting.
I mean, would it be bad if you're not there? I mean, is there a softer word to use?
Disappointing?
Yeah, I think it maybe be a little disappointing if you weren't there.
Is this going to be one of those things that he holds over my head for the remainder of my days?
But does he really want you there? Because my kids wouldn't want me there.
Yeah, so I think that's the thing that they would say, Chew, but it'd be nice if you were there.
No, I agree.
Of course, especially with the boy, like he's going to, put the tough exterior on and say, not a big deal, don't worry about it, go to Iowa. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be nice if someone.
Is there an ability to watch the gymnastics meet? Like Facebook, how they play the high school games? No?
Like Facebook Live?
Yeah.
Or Facebook Living the sucker? I'm not sure. Again, I don't have the answer here. I don't know what to do. My thought is maybe I could do the thing where and the other thing is this, we have not gotten when she will compete yet. She could very well compete on Friday and then
that's not a big deal.
No big deal, right?
Yeah.
She competes on Friday. I get home by Saturday. Saturday night is prom. We are good. We are clear. But if she competes on Saturday or if she competes on Sunday I could probably finagle it too, right? I could probably make it work. But if she competes on Saturday and his prom is on Saturday, I feel we have a family dilemma here, and I'm trying to work my way through it. And I don't know what the right answer is because I don't want to short the 8-year-old who made it to regionals as an 8-year-old, although I could convince myself that maybe this will happen again.
Sure.
Maybe again. You know what I mean? So I've got all of these elements, the uniqueness of the junior prom, the situation that Chase is in with his girlfriend, my younger daughter, Layla, her first time making it to an elite level in her sport, which is gymnastics. Struggling, guys. I'm really struggling here. So any suggestions y'all have on how to manage this? 800-990-3776. Joshy, what does your gut tell you?
So I'm thinking about it through the lens of myself when I competed in a lot of sports and my parents couldn't always attend everything. And I think knowing he obviously loves his sister and appreciates her accomplishments, I don't know. I think I would be okay with it if you guys split duties. But I don't remember specifically any of my, like, either of my parents being there or not being there for me because they were, as you guys are, trying to attend as many things as physically possible. Like, I think everyone recognizes if you're trying your damnedest to do everything you can, I don't know how much he's going to. And I guess it's a conversation now of how honest do you think he's willing to be with you?
Well, it's just pictures, though, right, John?
Right,
I mean,
because
that's it.
I'm thinking back to my junior.
It's an hour.
I don't remember. I don't remember who was there. And maybe its significance for other people is different. Like, but I can't even. Like, I'm sure my mom was there. Was my dad there? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. It wasn't like I don't know, and I guess it's how much importance do you put on it? Because I think most boys in that situation, like, they don't really want to post for pictures that bad.
Yeah, it's different for girls. I don't know. How long's the drive? 7?
Yeah. I'm not against making the drive. I'm not against, but again, assuming if she competes on Saturday, that makes it tough. Now, there is an airport.
Even if she competes Saturday morning.
Yes, I'd have to fly back because I could do that as well, right? Okay. There's an airport in Sioux City. You can fly to O'Hare. They have direct flights, and then you make the hour 20 drive back up to the house, and maybe you make it in time. Look, I want to be very clear, okay? I have self-awareness on this situation. Some of this is for me.
Yes.
Some of this is, I don't want to miss his junior prom, right? This is a milestone. My kiddo is going off to college in, like, a year and a half, gang, right? Like, I don't know how many more of these moments I'm going to actually be around for. And I have had that realization of, and Chewy, you can help me through this, my son is already having a whole separate life, right? He's having conversations and friends and activities and stuff that I'm not a part of. And that's a tough pill to swallow. And then you realize that in college, that's going to become even more substantial. So there's a part of me that's like, kind of want to cling to these moments.
Wait till they study abroad and you don't see them for 5 months.
How you doing with that, bud?
He misses being the good cop. He misses being the good cop.
Nervous. I mean, because when they go over there, they're in a different city every weekend. So this weekend,
bopping around.
Because when you're over there, once you're over there, it's so cheap to get around. My sister
did that. It's like $75 a plane ticket on Ryanair. So they go, she was in Amsterdam, she was in Paris. She's like, I'm a little bit jealous. Not
more than anything, right?
I will say this. I have said, if you have the opportunity to study abroad, you absolutely have to take advantage of it. I know it's not for everybody. I know not everybody can swing it, but do whatever you can to try to make it happen because I still think that immersion in other cultures for an extended period of time, no parents, you're on your own. Sometimes you're picking up an entirely new language. I think it can be one of the most rewarding experiences of your life. 800-990-3776. Reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and Text line and on the YouTube stream. Remember, you can always stream the show on ESPN Milwaukee. Jalian says, this is what happens when you overbook your kids. Listen, that happens. Yeah. That happens, but this isn't an overbook situation.
I don't think this is
and different kids.
This is a kid who accomplished something, and now it just happens to fall on the same weekend. That's not overbooking your kids. That's just you book separate things for your separate kids. They happen to overlap. When you have 3 of them, I'm willing to bet it happens, especially as they continue with your 2 younger ones as they get older.
Corralling My Chaos weighs in saying, divide and conquer. You cannot do both. And then John says, moms are more emotional about these events than dads. Your son doesn't care.
Yes.
I don't know if he doesn't care. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it.
But you don't want to.
There's got to be a little care.
You don't want to risk. You don't want to risk the throwback in your face for the rest of your entire life.
Even if it's just a joke,
Yeah.
I think the easy answer to me here is you divide and conquer. Like, especially if this is something you want to be at, like, you've got to stay back, you're hanging back for prom, and Dario's going to Iowa.
Got some really good reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and Text line. He's a boy. I don't feel like this is as important as it would be his senior year. And again, it's a dance, whereas if it was your daughter's prom, it would be a little bit more important. Yes. Meanwhile, Ryan in McGuanago says you should study abroad on prom night.
Not inappropriate.
Come on, a little funny. And then, of course, there are people who are saying you should go to Iowa so that Chase will have the house empty. Josh in Heartland says you and Dario should both go to Iowa so Chase can throw a party after prom at your house.
There a little nervousness if you take off that there are going to be a bunch of kids in your house.
Parties don't happen anymore like they used to, huh? Everyone has cameras.
Because the cameras kind of
Yeah,
but kids
harder to deny that you threw the party when there's visual evidence of people entering and exiting the house.
Yeah, and getting notification the first person who enters the door.
What the?
It's a little tougher.
What are kids doing now? Just
800
find a house
990
that doesn't have cameras?
3776.
Party in cornfields?
Semester at sea, Petey Pablo says. I'm not sure exactly what that is. And then it says, your missing pictures is what you're missing if you don't go to prom. To me, this is a no-brainer. You have to go to Iowa. 800-990-3776. Let us know what you think. We got a family dilemma, at least a potential dilemma. Again, my daughter may compete on Friday, and then it's...
When do you get that schedule?
2 weeks before the event. So we're about 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Did you see Jason at the event?
Not this time. Thought I might. Didn't. I know he was there.
Going.
Can I ask a question? How young do kids start traveling for gymnastics?
Well, but again, this is just regionals. There's been no travel. Everything's been local.
Is this like the first year she could do it?
Yes.
8 seems so young to be going. I definitely traveled as a kid playing hockey and baseball, but that seems like 8. I don't know if I would have been able to handle that.
Yeah, 8 years old is, and again, first time, right? Everything else has been in southeastern Wisconsin. We didn't even go up to Green Bay. You know, Jason's coming down for these meets down here. Ours were all local.
I was just curious if it was starting at 6 and her 8 was just the first time.
And to be honest, we just had that conversation because Layla wants to play baseball this spring, and we were talking about whether or not we do rec again, which is what we did last year. We do Little League, or we go to a travel team, and we were like, slow your roll, pump the brakes. We're going to do the Little League local, playing at the local park. She's 8.
Right. They're likely to be picking dandelions at that.
Well, plus,
not my kid, Josh. Not my kid.
I would scream at kids on the t-ball field if they were not paying attention and I was out there trying to man second base. Like, hey, come on. There's a ball going.
Can't do this myself. Need a little help here.
Yeah. All right. We're all warmed up. We're all stretched out here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. A lot of stuff to get to today. We know now who the starter is going to be for Brewers opening day this week. It is, of course, opening week of baseball. Brewers in action tonight at AmFam Field and tomorrow again at AmFam Field. Plenty of good seats still available if you want to get out to the ballpark tonight. We'll talk about the proposal for the 18th game in the NFL. And, of course, once again, the shot clock is in the news in Wisconsin high school. All that and more coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Let's celebrate Milwaukee. Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sale is on, and it's happening right now. This month, they're celebrating with anniversary savings on over 1,400 cars, trucks, and SUVs with payments as low as $250 per month. That's right, $250 a month. Financing as low as 0%, plus 2 years of included maintenance on them. The Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sales event this month only at every Ewald location. Easy enough to find. They're all over the place here in southeastern Wisconsin. Go to ewaldauto.com. Select models with approved credit. CDO for details. Expires month end.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we've got issues, especially in the zoo interchange on the ramp from westbound to northbound and westbound to southbound through the zoo interchange. The left shoulder and right shoulder is blocked respectively, so something to keep in mind if you're heading through those areas. We do have delays, pretty typical stuff though. 76th Street through the stadium interchange on the eastbound side, westbound from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and then northbound 41 is backing up before Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh, almost to Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny with a high of 40. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall, home to your one-stop must-stop viewing destination. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a 30 self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, plus game day specials. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your downtown home for basketball this March.
What if you could have a spa-level sweat session at home for about 25 cents a day? That's why I love my infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. You can check them out in person at the State Fair Park Expo Center's Home and Garden Show, March 20th through the 29th. It's the perfect chance to step inside, compare models, and even ask questions. Good Health Saunas has been doing this for more than 20 years, and they back it all with a true lifetime warranty, which was huge for me. If an infrared sauna has been on your list, find Good Health Saunas at State Fair Park, March 20th through the 29th.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local, instantaneously. Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm going to go with the corn dog, the old corn dog. The corn dog for the
pierogies
birthday.
and borscht all day long.
That's just crazy. Nobody likes borscht, let alone
God,
on their
it's
birthday.
so good. It's the only thing that makes my mouth water, other than my wife.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You buy one, we buy the other. Thanalysis Live is one of the biggest nights in Wisconsin sports, and we don't want anyone to miss out. So if you buy one ticket, ESPN Wisconsin is going to buy the other. Be there for the night that will have everyone talking. It's March 27th, this Friday. Thanalysis Live is a completely unpredictable show with Thanasis Antetokounmpo and surprise guests. Were you there when Stephen A. Smith joined or when Bobby Portis brought down the house? Where were you sitting when Giannis walked out onto the stage just coming from the hospital? Thanalysis Live is cannot miss. So you go to TALiveshow.com. That's where you get the tickets. Enter the code ESPNWI BOGO, ESPNWI BOGO when you check out, and that will make it so that you get two tickets for the price of one. It's Friday night, Thanalysis Live at the Riverside Theater, TALiveshow.com. So we now know who will be on the mound for the Brewers when they open the season this Thursday at AmFam Field. I like it when the season opens at home. I know that sounds trite, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that, but it is always nice when your squad is at home for the first game of the season. Jacob Mizorowski is announced as the opening day starter. Not a huge surprise given some of the other developments with the other pitchers. Gabe, how different do you expect Mizorowski to look this year from what we saw from him last year? Remember, he came out obviously just guns a-blazing, shocking everybody with those triple digits, struggled a little bit as the season went on, but then was pretty reliable when they used him in the postseason.
Well, but we didn't know how he was going to look in the postseason because of the struggles he had after that great start that he had. And Shu, I think you kind of get this, and even though he's been a professional working his way through the minor leagues, there's just a different level of commitment that's needed at the top level. Dude's obviously got an electric arm. He's got really good stuff. And that gets you by in the lower levels, but you have to have a lot more consistency if you want to last at the major league level. And I think that's just kind of learning how you best get yourself ready, what you have to do in between starts. There's a lot of little things, especially when you're a pitcher, that you have to figure out once you get up to that level. And even with Brandon Woodruff coming back, I think that's going to be huge because he's going to be a veteran leader for all these young arms that they're going to be having, shuffling probably in and out of that starting rotation. I'm expecting a little bit more consistency. I'm expecting him to figure it out a little bit more. And, okay, I don't have my best stuff today. Can I still go out and figure out a way to get 15 outs and get my team through 5 innings? But there's an adjustment period, Chu, right?
Yeah, for him, a lot of it's controlling his emotions. He's an emotional guy. He's a young kid. He loves throwing heat. But this is the next generation of our ace. This is the next Freddie, He's going to have some struggles. I mean, most pitchers do. And like you said, he's young, but he'll figure it out. I mean, he's got a great staff there to support him.
Great coaching staff, too, obviously.
Great coaching staff. So, I have all the confidence in the world.
What do you think the rotation looks like, Gabe? As, again, you mentioned Brandon Woodruff continuing to kind of ramp up. So not ready yet, but for this first role, what do you think?
I mean, he might be ready to go.
The back end?
That's basically, on the back end. That's basically the last decision they have to make. They've made a lot of moves over the weekend. The 13 position players are pretty much set in stone. It's, okay, who's going to be pitching? They sent Robert Gasser, optioned him to AAA, so he's not going to be part of it. So it's Miz, Brandon Sproat, who's one of the guys they acquired via trade, Chad Patrick, who is obviously electric in the postseason last year as well, was kind of serving that long reliever role. He gets bumped up to the rotation.
You like Ashby?
I think he's going to be out of the bullpen. I think he's coming out of the bullpen.
Performed very well this spring.
Yeah, Kyle Harrison and Brandon Woodruff seem to be the 5 that are going to start. Again, with Woody, they've got to make a decision because the velocity was down a little bit in his last start. So I think they've got to make a decision whether or not he's ready to go and if they want to start him on IL.
What's Priester's injury? I see he's going to be out for the first month.
Yeah, so he's dealing with the shoulder issue that gave him the wrist pain. So they think that it doesn't need surgery, and he's starting to play catch now. They're starting to ramp him up. You're hoping late April, early May when he's going to be ready to go.
You know what? We had the same thing last year.
Oh, so
the pitchers were kind of beat up, and they still played unbelievable. So I am not worried at all.
Yeah.
I have all the faith in the world and this organization. They'll be fine.
And they've got some depth. Like they've got between some of the moves that they made this offseason with some of the trades, they went out and it was very obvious that acquiring starting pitching was a priority for the front office. So, yeah, they have enough starting pitching, I think, to, Jen had mentioned Aaron Ashby. That's another guy that can, step in and spot start when they absolutely need him to.
Chad Patrick did not have a great spring, but it's always tough to know if a guy is tinkering with something, if he's working on something during spring. So, willing to reserve judgment on that and see how it is once the regular season starts. I did read an article over the weekend on Jake Bauers and how he has just been tearing the cover off the ball in the spring. In fact, I wondered if that might affect Andrew Vaughn's time at first base, if you'll be seeing them maybe split a little bit more. Andrew Vaughn, who of course was an electric addition to the Brewers last season, but Bauer's 16 hits tied him with Vaughn for most on the Brewers during the spring. How do you see that shaking out, Gabe?
Yeah, I mean, he's got the ability to play outfield as well. So the Brewers have been really good, Pat Murphy in particular, of finding guys at bats when they need them, right? So if somebody's getting off to a slow start in the outfield, okay, Bauers can start in one of the corner spots, more than likely right field than anything else. He can DH for Yelly, but if he continues, the Brewers want to ride the hot hand. Any team wants to ride the hot hand. And if Bauers is going to continue to swing it like this, yeah, he's going to get starts over Vaughn.
What's the outfield look like?
On Thursday, the starting outfield is going to be Churio in left, Mitchell in center, Frelick in right.
Mitchell's got to stay healthy. He's kind of the Marshawn Lloyd of this team. Like, okay. Am I right?
You're not wrong. I mean,
that's 2 years
we've had him. We've had him on this show, Chu.
Yeah.
He also was not good in camp, according to numbers, right?
Yeah,
he struggled.
But he struggled a little bit. But, I mean, he has somebody who has the possibility to hit 25 home runs this season. He can play really good. I mean, think about the good defenders that they have on this team. They really like him as a defender as well. He's incredibly athletic. He just fits into everything the Brewers want that center field spot to be, and he's got the ability to drive the baseball. So if he stays healthy, he's somebody they're certainly relying upon to kind of boost those offensive numbers.
Yeah, I see a lot of people talk about the potential of Garrett Mitchell, but are hoping that, again, he can stay healthy and then sort of capitalize on that to contribute to the team in multiple ways. So, yes, we are excited about the Brewers season starting up. Gabe, you were saying that there's some logistics that people need to be aware of for opening day. What are we hoping that people know?
I mean, anybody who's driven on 94 knows it's a mess. No fault of the Brewers. Blame the state, blame the city, blame whoever you want because it's a terrible idea. But it doesn't matter if it's a terrible idea because it's still happening. So it's kind of jammed up there all by the stadium. So if you're looking for the best way to get to the stadium, brewers.com/traffic. Or if you have the ballpark app, which if you're going to the game, like use the app. It's going to give you the best routes to go depending upon where you're going to be parking, whether it's general parking, whether it's parking right by the stadium there with preferred parking. There we go. Wherever you're going, it's going to give you the best route from whatever direction you're coming from. So maybe you're coming from Milwaukee. Maybe you're coming from out in the suburbs out on the west. They're going to give you the best direction to go. And I think the Brewers should be at some point this week also announcing where you can watch the games. Obviously, Brewers.tv if you want to sign up for the streaming, but it's going to be available on cable services as well. And I think some people even were looking at their Spectrum and they saw what channel it's going to be. I think it's 308, 309. So the Brewers are going to be available. They're going to be easy to watch. But if you're heading to the game, use the traffic. They've teamed up with the Wisconsin DOT. So use that app on the ballpark app or go to the website because it's going to be a mess and you're going to want to know the best way to get to and from the ballparks to make it as seamless as possible when you're going to games this year.
Are you guys going to the game?
Yes.
I know you'll be out there the day of.
Yes, so we'll be out there as we have the last couple of years for the show on Thursday. But then, yes, I am going to the game as well.
I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go out to opening day. I always feel like, and don't take this the wrong way, guys, but it is a little bit of a bleep show on opening day, right? It's a little amateur hour-ish.
Sure.
Which is why I was saying to you guys, I know that it doesn't matter as much, but I'd like to get out there tonight. When it feels like it's a little, maybe a little chiller, a little more relaxed. The vibes might be different.
Wait, did our girl Marty hook you up again?
No,
okay.
I'm just going as a regular old fan. You know me,
okay.
Man of the people, common man.
Yeah. Says the guy who's got the ticket hookup with with the Brewers executive.
I've when it comes to opening day, especially because the parking lot can get a little wild depending on where you end up. We've started just doing the shuttles every time. It makes life so easy to get back and forth. There's so many places around, even the Blue Mount area. You can obviously go down to the east side. There's plenty there. It relieves so much stress of what would be involved in everything to do with it. A lot of times they offer you a couple cocktails if you want them, maybe some food. There's plenty of ways to do it where you don't have to. If you're afraid of the traffic and that might discourage you, just go park near one of those bars and head down.
So last year, just about every year, because my mom's retired, so she likes to go as many games as possible. We go to Brewers Day games a lot, on Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. But when I have been unable to go to games, she hates driving in Milwaukee, and this was even before all the traffic stuff. She would park at my house, walk to a bar on Brady Street, and take the shuttle.
Very easy.
Easiest thing to do. Super easy to do.
Super smart. Checking out our friends over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. National League Central winner. Your Milwaukee Brewers are plus 275 behind the Chicago Cubs at plus 100. I like the value there at plus 275 for the Brewers to win the division.
Especially since they're going to win the division.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. And then as far as the over-under for the season, Joshua, you said that it was 85.5 for the Brewers.
85.5.
How do you feel about 85.5 for your Milwaukee Brewers over-under, Chew?
I'm going north of it.
That's called the over.
Yes. Why are they playing the Cubs in the preseason? What are we doing?
Well, because
preseason.
The way they do it, Chew, in baseball is
I know
you
it's
have the
regional.
Grapefruit League, which is down by you in Florida. So they have all those teams and all the teams that have minor, baseball facilities and spring training facilities in Florida. They all play each other, and then there are some in Arizona. They call that the Cactus League.
I don't like it.
And then you play all those teams because it's the preseason, and who cares?
I don't like it. They got to
just
change
call
that
it spring
game.
training.
Preseason.
I mean, it's basically just more often than not, those games just turn into prospect games.
One of my favorite things that happens is I admittedly won't be paying much attention to spring training, and the beat reporters and writers who are there, like Dom and Adam McKelvey and all of them, they'll give a report of a game and it's like 24-6, and there's been 16 pictures that have been used, and it's just like, what a grind of a day.
Speaking of which, prospect to keep an eye on, who could be up sooner rather than later.
Fisher?
Andrew Fisher.
Oh, yeah. So fun to watch.
He's played, I think he played 19. He was the Brewers' first-round pick last year. He played 19 games up in Appleton. And he just, wherever he went, he hit. He played for Team Italy. He was hitting the ball for them in the WBC. And then over the weekend, he faced Mason Miller, who has been as unhittable as anyone since the second half of last season. He ripped one 112 miles an hour ground rule double in the gap. First time that happened in months against this guy.
When I was in Green Bay way back then, A-Fraud was actually with the Appleton team.
Yeah, because they were a Mariners affiliate at that time.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, there are people speculating how quickly we will see him in the big leagues.
The way he can hit
after the performance he put out there in the WBC.
I have a feeling we're going to see him sooner rather than later.
I just assumed it would be later because, he's only played 19 professional games.
Some guys just got it.
Yeah, sometimes if you can hit.
Yeah, it's going to take you far.
Ripping 100-plus mile-an-hour fastball from Mason Miller into the gap is
also watching, and I know they're being hyper-vigilant with Made. Watching him, he looks... I know they're going to practice and make sure to keep him, get the best out of him. That looks like a guy who, if you threw him on a big league roster, he'd figure it out by midseason.
Yeah.
It looks different watching him play baseball.
I'm willing to bet that they're going to try to give him a Jackson Chourio type deal.
Yeah.
Before he makes his major league debut. They're going to sign him to some sort of extension and give him some sort of contract because that kid, whatever it is, he's got it.
You watch it and you're like, that's an MLB player.
Let me throw this out there. I can do it for both of them. I was going to do it for Fisher specifically. Opening day roster 2027.
Well, we're not going to have baseball in 2027, so.
God bless it, Gabe.
When they start up in September into a
month like season.
So we were all on the same page. We were doing this utopian thing of things going really well for Wisconsin sports as opposed to how things have gone recently. And we were talking about Fisher, ascending quickly through the ranks.
No, I think Fisher and Made are, whatever the next opening day is, both are on the roster.
Put them in.
That could very well could be your left side of the infield.
Taking a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to. 800-990-3776 if you want to weigh in with the show on this Monday.
Nothing goes better with buzzer beaters, and maybe a little bit of baseball as well, than a cold Yuengling beer. Whether you're following your brackets or just in it for the snacks, Yuengling is the go-to game day beer. Hosting a watch party? Stock up on Yuengling Traditional Lager, or maybe you want to try Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer, great hoops, and the perfect excuse to take a long lunch break. Yuengling, it's the oldest brewery in America, family-owned and operated for 6 generations, now here in Wisconsin. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94 backing up a bit. We've got delays basically from 76th Street all the way through the Stadium Interchange. On the westbound side, tightening up right through the Stadium Interchange. Then we've also got a crash right about at the Zoo Interchange on the ramp to get onto 894 southbound off on the left shoulder. Also have an accident eastbound 94 just past Highway T in Waukesha County. The right shoulder is blocked with that, and we got a little bit of that sun glare too to add on to everything else. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny with a high of 40. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. Weather's brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Upgrade your wellness routine with an in-home infrared sauna. Visit goodhealthsaunas.com and check them out at the Home and Garden Show March 20th through the 29th at the State Fair Park Expo Center. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. so they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is offering 0% interest for 72 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Brewers baseball is back, and there's only one way to celebrate, with a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, and made for game day, Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
63. What's that?
The number of yards they gave up on the ground against the Philadelphia
It's a Bible verse, John 3:63. Look it up. Tell us what it
I
says.
thought it was Joe 3:63, and it was "Thou shalt not get past me on the line of scrimmage."
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're heading to a Milwaukee Bucks game, you can make a bet at Potawatomi Sportsbook and catch a shuttle to Fiserv Forum. That's right. You just have to purchase something or make a bet, and they'll give you a wristband. The wristband is good for a spot on the shuttle that leaves from the annex, which is right next to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. They begin departing Potawatomi 1 hour and 15 minutes before game time, and they start the return in the third quarter, running nonstop until 1 hour after game time. Bet above the rest only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Oh, man, I was at the Potawatomi Sportsbook this weekend, guys. Absolutely jam-packed. The vibes were immaculate. People obviously taking in games, making bets. And I did see this stat, which somebody reminded me of on the Carbless talk and text line, 800-990-3776. Jeff in the 920 says, I read yesterday that the top 20 teams seeded in the tournament went 19-1. Any guesses, Chew, who that one team?
Wisconsin,
the only top-ranked team that lost its first-round game, which is not a fun look.
No, but I mean, High Point's better than a 12 seed. And while the committee is getting really good, I think, at putting these seeds together, sometimes they don't know what to do with these mid-majors. And High Point gave Arkansas everything they could handle on, what was that, Saturday night?
Yep.
Like everything that Arkansas could handle. Like that was a game up until the final minute. And that was, unfortunately for Wisconsin, they got the best 12 seed as their matchup.
So is this is this the jinx segment? Is that what we're
jinx?
Who are we jinxing?
Yeah, who got jinxed?
He's just wondering what the vibe here is.
Well, when's the last time are the Bucks, no, you can't say that because Wisconsin's women hockey just won the national championship.
Dynasty.
Again.
Back to back.
Thank God Chu said it because I got all these people chirping at me in the YouTube stream and on the Carbless Talking text line. Can't believe you didn't start the show with women's hockey winning.
That's a little aggressive. Well, it's either that or gymnastics, and we went the
And we went gymnastics.
So.
We decided to go gymnastics. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Yes, we can't very well say that we haven't won a championship lately when the women's hockey team won yesterday. But when we talk about, the basketball teams and the major sports here in Wisconsin, we did notice, and I know a lot of people did, that it has been a while since we've celebrated a significant milestone.
Yeah, but that's the way sports work. Only one team can win a championship, right? I mean, we won one with the Bucks, got one in 21. I'm sure, yes, we would love to have more championships, but
who wouldn't?
Yeah. I mean, there are some places that are dynasties, yes. Place that hasn't won one in a long time, New York. Look at all the teams they got there.
That's true.
Haven't won a championship
come in bunches,
any longer.
though, don't they?
So, I mean, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you just pop
England,
up with one here and there.
Patriots, Celtics. We thought we had it going pretty good when the Bucks won. Packers lost a couple NFC championship games that they should not have lost.
Yeah, can I be honest, Chu? When I think about this in its totality, I think people are more disappointed that when you've had these elite teams, when you've had these high-caliber squads, they haven't been able to win more successively, right? Like the big argument about Aaron Rodgers being one of the greatest ball throwers in the history of the game is that the Packers only won one Super Bowl with him under center. Why weren't they able to duplicate that success if he was so great? And I'm not saying he wasn't great. I'm saying he was great. He is great. And I agree, it made sense that the Packers would have won more Super Bowls or at least been to more Super Bowls. And I think people look at that similarly with Giannis, right? If Giannis is so dominant, which he is, if he's so much of a unicorn, which he is, why haven't the Bucks been able to put the other 4+ pieces around him to get to another title game? Even if you don't win the Larry O'Brien. I think that's more of the frustration.
I mean, what year since 21 have the Bucks been healthy? They haven't. And that's why it's really hard to win championships. That's why you need to enjoy and grab onto those championships when they happen and hold them as tight as you possibly can because you don't know when you're going back. Right? I mean, yeah, because who knows what's going to happen with Giannis. We talked about it, the story that came out on Friday from Ramona Shelburne, and the Bucks officially took a stance of either he signs the extension or he's being traded. Those are the two options with Giannis. And hopefully he signs the extension. I'm not too hopeful about it right now, but hopefully he does sign that extension. With Aaron Rodgers, again, football, part of the reason we all love it, it's the ultimate team sport. Rodgers was great. Some other pieces were great at times, but the teams themselves just kind of came up short. It takes a lot to come together to win that championship. And I'm not saying you can't be disappointed. I'm not saying you can't be disappointed, Chu, but it's really bleeping hard, man.
Well, I had this conversation with one of my buddies down here who's a big Bucks fan, Tampa Bay Bucks, not Milwaukee Bucks, and he was moaning over the same thing. I'm like, what are you talking about? You guys have won 2 championships, not going as far back as we did, because they won in 2001 or 2, and then they just won a handful of years ago.
Yeah, they won in 2020.
But 16 years is that's not acceptable. It's not for a franchise like this. What you're saying it is?
I'm not saying it is, Chu, but also again, winning titles is hard.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's really hard. And yeah, it's been 16 years, and most of that's in the Aaron Rodgers era. We're about to go into year 4 of the Jordan Love era.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you build a super team, right? I mean, I know that it's apples to oranges, but we're talking about football. But in Major League Baseball, doesn't it seem like who can stop the Dodgers right now?
Yeah, which, up until the Dodgers hadn't always worked. The Mets have spent the second most money and haven't really gotten close to a World Series. But yeah, in baseball, it's can you stop the Dodgers? What kind of, who can put together something? You can't compete with that. They're spending $120 million this year on Kyle Tucker. $120 million on Kyle Tucker. Like, that's how much they're charging. Like, Patrick Mahomes, when he's healthy, counts $45 million at most against the cap for the Kansas City Chiefs. And they're spending $120 on Kyle Tucker?
And I saw that they had the best record in spring training, 20-8. And they're not even playing their guys. Yeah, it's not fair. It sucks.
They sent down Kim to AAA, and he's a guy who would start on, 30 other teams.
Yeah.
Wait, how many baseball teams are there, Joshy?
Sorry, 29.
There it is.
But I think
he's not
people are
starting on the Dodgers.
People are getting bored with it, though. No?
What do you mean?
Yeah, how just unfair it is.
Well, but to Gabe's point about the lockout.
We're about to find out, man.
Find out how bored people are.
Well, because again, like, baseball's got some momentum. The World Series ratings were fantastic last year. Postseason ratings were through the roof. The World Baseball Classic, people were locked in. Could not get enough of it. And in true baseball fashion, they're probably going to do something when they can't figure it out and not have baseball at this time.
Are they back to the number 2 sport behind football? Did they leap the NBA?
I believe recently there has been signs of that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's consistent.
Yeah, and then they're going to blow it, like you said, Kate.
That's what they do.
Yeah, because now they have momentum, and that very well could be a thing where they are the number 2 sport behind football, and they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot because that's just what baseball does.
Are we considering football all-encompassing football? Because I'm pretty sure college football has taken some major leaps in that category as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's all football.
Okay, so it's NFL,
it's all
college football.
It's all football. Although the NFL's trying to shoot themselves in the foot, too. So, sport leagues are going to sport league.
And we'll talk about that in the second hour of the show. All right, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on right after this. Remember, you can always weigh in on the show on our Infinity Exteriors Twitter polls. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by Infinity Exteriors lifetime workmanship warranty, infinityexteriors.com.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you're getting ready to propose, the Jewelry Center, it's the place to go for that ring. They're the go-to spot for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. Look, it's what I did. Chewy loves going there. And it's the reason? It's simple. It's the team that Dean the Dancing Machine has put together, whether you stop in Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington, or in Mequon. Now, maybe you have an idea. You don't have an idea. Bring in something from her Pinterest page and that helpful team I was just telling you about. Always going to make sure the dream ring becomes a reality. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're looking for, they've got it. Check out the inventory in either Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington, or Mequon, or take a look at the Jewelry Center online at shoptjc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. Break down all the lines, the locks, and the long shots with a weekly wager.
Like, yes, we know you made it this far, but you lost the way we told you have to stop losing.
With Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
You were a better team, you had a big lead, and then you did what we saw you do 3 weeks previous?
Tune in Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
You asked and Carbless delivered. The fan favorite grapefruit flavor now has its own 4-pack all to itself. That bold, bright, perfectly balanced citrus taste that you've been pulling from the variety pack, it's now front and center in 4 cans, 1 box. Crisp, refreshing, not too sweet, and nothing else has changed. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories and gluten-free. Clean ingredients and big flavor. Always no compromises. Grab the new Carbless grapefruit 4-pack wherever you get your Carbless and find a location near you at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. If you have the ESPN Unlimited plan, you'll get a $15 discount on the 2026 seasonal MLB.tv package. And if you don't, no problem. When you sign up for MLB.tv, you'll receive a 1-month free trial of ESPN Unlimited. Cancel anytime without losing your MLB.tv access. Get in on the action at stream.espn.com/MLBTV.
ESPN Unlimited auto renews at $29.99 per month after free trial unless canceled. Blackouts and other terms apply.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I am
get?
stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
I mean,
I
what's the coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Did you guys see this story that I sent you over the weekend about the sailor who exposed the nuclear air? Wow, nuclear really is tough for me and George Bush.
Now watch this drive.
Nuclear aircraft carrier. Did you see this story?
Fill us in.
Okay, so the guy goes for a run. He goes for his morning run on board his nuclear aircraft carrier, and he's logging it on the Strava app, which is one of those running apps that, you start it when you go for your run, and you stop it when you're finished with your run, and it tells you how far you went and what your pace was and all of that stuff. Well, he's not thinking anything of it. He's out for his morning run. He's doing laps on the aircraft carrier. It's an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden on the Strava app, it shows the orange line doing circles in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, Chew. It was a stealth operation.
Not anymore.
Oh, really?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
So all of a sudden people are going, well, I guess that's where the French aircraft carrier is. On March 13th, a French sailor named Arthur went for a jog on the deck of the flagship nuclear warship and uploaded it to Strava. Set to public, the GPS map attached his run, showing the carrier's exact location. Oh, I'm sorry. It was in the Mediterranean, not the Pacific.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because Find My iPhone, and Angie flies quite a bit, I can track her in the air.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You notice that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can see.
But you never could before.
Now, just so you know, if you just tap on the flight number, it'll also show you where the plane is in the air. So, you can do that.
What about shutting it? Do you shut your phone off when you go on an airplane?
No.
That's made up.
Sure don't.
Are we supposed to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Airplane
don't
mode
think so.
every single time you get
Why?
on a flight.
You're supposed
Come on,
to.
it's 2000. What?
I will say this. If the Wi-Fi is working, I will immediately go into airplane mode because the Wi-Fi works better when you're in airplane mode. So, but some of these flights where the Wi-Fi doesn't kick in until you're 10,000 feet off the ground, I'll stay on whatever the service is until it drops out, and then I'll kick over to airplane mode.
Can't imagine that's the intent of the rule.
Certainly is not. Joshy. Certainly
What
is
is it
not.
supposed to do, though? Jam the radar?
I don't know.
I mean, do I look like a pilot?
Well, I want to know.
Well, I'm sure it's got something to do with all the fancy knobs and switches they got up front there.
You think?
Why else would they ask you to do it?
I don't know. I
Because
think
it can?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're getting to the point where you can stay in airplane mode, but you should turn it on airplane mode because that's what they ask, and you should be, a compliant flyer.
Feels like we're making assumptions on stuff we have absolutely no information about.
I just want to know, have you
like
guys
if I were to tell you, well, yeah, you could take out that part of the brain. Why? I don't know. I think so.
Oh, you're talking about Chewy with the airplane thing?
Yeah.
That's why I say try to be compliant.
But now it's like, oh, there really are aliens now? Now it's safe to tell us that?
What would it serve airlines to lie about the necessity of people putting their phones on airplane mode? What would that do what are they getting over on you?
Because you probably can talk on your cell phone and they don't want people doing it. If push comes to shove.
That was the worst explanation I've ever heard. Go back, workshop that one. Maybe we'll figure something out in the second hour.
So you don't think, Josh, if you're at 2,000 feet, your phone's not going to work? Of course it's going to work.
No, that's what I'm saying. It does work.
Yeah, the working's the problem, is what they're telling us.
I know, but they don't want 300 people talking on the phone at the same time when you're on a plane, because then it could turn a little ugly.
First and foremost, who actually uses their phone to talk?
Me. You know those stupid phones I used to have on the back?
On
You
the
know what I'm
back
talking-
of what? On airplanes?
Yes.
What, in the 90s?
Yes.
I
used to
didn't
talk
fly
on
in
that
the
thing
90s,
for
pal.
2 hours.
I only had one problem. You think I'm flying all over the country in planes with phones?
That's a Horcon thing. That's not a Gabe thing, okay? No, I used to talk on those things all the time until I found out how much
They cost. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it's a great
Lesson
way
you had to learn the hard way.
I do remember when my dad came home with the car phone, right? The big box that sat
Yeah,
underneath
yeah.
the dash or underneath the board or whatever, and then it was like a big block, a big black block.
It was
or whatever.
the Zach Morris phone.
Coolest thing in the world, though, because you could talk to people in your phone. My dad was a salesman, so he said he was, maximizing his time by being able to have conversations in the car. I'm sorry. I think this Strava thing is bananas. A guy just trying to go out for a morning run. Now,
I'm surprised he's allowed to have the app.
I don't think he is, if I'm being honest. It also says this isn't the first time that Strava has blown a military secret. In 2018, they also were able to identify the perimeters of classified U.S. bases in Syria and Afghanistan. I think, again, because people were doing their runs and just not thinking about it.
Yeah.
Bloop, right up to the app. And then what in the world? What's there? There's nothing there. Why are people running out there?
I mean, do you really need to post what you ran on an app? That's a little look at me, isn't it?
People still post their meals on apps.
Yeah, look, I understand. But again, that's look at me, right?
Of their meals.
If you're posting your run on an app, look where I ran, that's something that people care about?
I think a lot of people do it, actually. I think we should put that on the Infinity Exteriors poll.
How stupid do you have to be on a nuclear submarine and go, hey, this tracking might provide a problem? You have to be the absolute duncest of dunce that's ever existed.
If you're on a nuclear
you should
carrier,
be removed from that and told you're expelled from the military.
Yeah,
we can't have you.
This is a fireable offense.
Yes, you are so stupid.
No. Give the guy a break.
No, this is
Give him a break.
Chewy, it's a nuclear carrier. Like, you gotta have the best of the best on that thing.
Get it. I used to be on pretending to be on the golf course, and when I would be in the grill room saying, hey, I'm on the 13th hole, it's going to be about an hour. How dumb is that?
Until you realize that the
That's
find
pretty
line
dumb.
is pretty
Yeah.
precise.
But again,
Pretty dumb.
While I love the golf course, Chew, you're not trying to keep the golf course a secret.
Yeah.
All right? People know where the golf course is.
Fair.
And I've never entrusted you with nukes. And I don't plan on anytime soon. So,
Well, I'm trying to keep the amount, how many glasses of wine I'm having in the clubhouse private, Gabe.
Yeah. No, look, I understand that, but that's not going to be a state secret, right? Like, you're not trying to keep... Your wife knew you were playing golf that day. She was aware that you were at the golf course. You're not giving that, giving away the secret of where the carrier is.
Yeah, that's
can't be doing that.
This from the vice president of flight operations for Iceland Air explained that using any personal electronic device such as mobile phones during a flight can interfere with an aircraft's communication and navigation systems. While most airplanes are designed to minimize the risk of such interference, this fellow's name I cannot pronounce said there is a risk, particularly during critical phases like takeoff and landing.
Then what's the difference with the phone that they owned and were charging ungodly rates and the one that I have? Because it didn't screw with the...
Well, one of them they're different. It seems pretty clear.
Dusty weighing in on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. He says, electrical engineer here. Theoretically, the phone's transmission can interfere with navigational electronics of the airplane. It's a small risk, but it is there.
All right, I'll turn it off. Great.
Ryan from McGuanago says it forces you to look at and buy things from Sky Mall. For whatever it's worth, I haven't seen a Sky Mall.
Pour one out for Sky Mall.
Decades.
Is that defunct? I can't imagine Sky Mall still exists.
Fairly certain.
Pour one out.
All right, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. A lot of stuff to get to in the second hour of the show, including that 18th game in the NFL and a concession that the league is perhaps willing to make in order to see it happen. That's next.
In healthcare, change is constant. At Fifth Third Bank, we help your organization thrive with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From optimizing capital structure to revenue cycle management and commercial payment tools, we're here to empower your growth. For nearly 20 years, our dedicated Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trust-based relationships that last. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can provide to help your organization thrive. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Member FDIC.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94, we do have a crash just past Highway T. Everything's off on the right shoulder, but delays are coming in from Meadowbrook Road, so be careful with that. Beyond that, we do have delays right past Barker Road and then from 84th Street through the stadium to about 35th. Westbound, slowing down at 30th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. We do still have this accident on the ramp to get onto 894 southbound in the zoo. More delays just past Highway 100. And then again, inside the county line all the way to about Sunny Slope Road, where we got a broken down vehicle off on the left shoulder. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, a high of 40. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low of 29. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another two-man scramble tournament is underway. Play Georgia Golf Club for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by March 31st. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on this journey since January and already lost 30 pounds. It's been easy, safe, and their team continue to help me reach my goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. And for a limited time, get $200 off the spring special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Bruston Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
It's been a busy stretch for the NFL. We've talked about the NFLPA and the transition of leadership there and sort of the drama that has occurred behind the scenes. But one of the things that a lot of people are paying attention to with regards to the NFL and the NFLPA is that 18-game schedule. It's been thrown out there. We have said it is an inevitability. It is going to happen eventually because if the owners want it and the league wants it, usually they get what they want, whether you like it or not. And so people keep pushing back on the 18th game, of course, because of player health and safety. That's what the league always says that is their priority. We, of course, know what the priority is. That's where the money cha-ching, cha-ching sound effect would come in handy. Thank you, Joshy. I can see he's cranking out a text or something in there. So Mike Florio said this weekend that there is a possibility that a concession that could be made is that it's tough to sell the 18th game to the, quote, rank and file. But if they had 18 games, what do you think of the proposal that every player is going to be limited to 17 games? You see, they'll play 18 games, guys, but the players each individually will only play 17 games. So, Gabe, it's like that 18th game doesn't even exist.
So, quarterbacks would be exempt from this. Kickers, punters, obviously exempt for this, so you don't have to carry two kickers. Even with that being said, I feel like I've heard a lot of dumb ideas about the NFL, really just in sports in general. This might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, the dumbest thing. And not truly grasping, like, what makes your sport popular. Like, the gambling, the fantasy football aspect of this. Can you imagine having, let's just take a stud running back, right? Let's say Saquon Barkley. You draft Saquon Barkley in the first round. All right, we've got a big matchup coming up this week. I need Saquon to have a bunch of points for me. And then 90 minutes before kickoff, you find out he's inactive because, well, they got to sit him for a game, and now they're choosing this is the game to sit him. Like, that's so dumb. So dumb. And now we talk about offensive linemen and continuity. Okay, your quarterback's playing 18 games. Well, now what if your quarterback gets injured because, well, there aren't 32 left tackles in this league. They're not. And now you got to pay your backup left tackle just because he can't play the full 18 games. And now you can't protect your $50 million a year investment in your quarterback. And he takes a blindside hit because your backup left tackle stinks. And now he's going to be injured for 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, you're telling me that the opponents wouldn't take advantage absolutely of the guys who are second stringers who are only playing because the first stringer can't play all 18 games? Chewy, if you know that 17 games is the threshold for the body to be able to withstand, the rigors of the sport, why are you adding the 18th game? It's like we know the 18th game is probably bad for you, so we're going to protect you from it, but we're going to still have the 18th game happen. It's going to be an inferior product. And now all of a sudden these coaches are more like National League baseball managers, right? When you had to do the double switch and all of that fun stuff. Like, who can we afford to have out for this game? Well, the other team is not very good, but they don't have a ton of depth at wide receiver. So I guess in this game, we could probably put our starting corner on the bench and hope that our backup corner can cover their, like, it's just the madness,
which
Chew.
Indirectly gives you, Chewy, bulletin board material. They think we stink because they're resting this player.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it is a dumb idea, and I think the union will shoot it down right away. Why doesn't... God, it gets so sick of the money grab with everything, though, associated with the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's just, how about do what's best for the game and leave it alone? Because like you said, it's clearly, gambling does drive a big part of this league, and it's all about a quick money grab. But I was just looking at the roster on how many guys actually played 17 games. So no Love, no Jacobs, no Watson, no Reed. Golden was out for a time, right?
Yep.
No Golden, no Kraft, no Morgan, no Banks, no Belton. I think Sean Ryan may have played all 17.
But the problem is, Chew, like, the Packers did rest guys in Week 18.
Yeah.
Right? So that's part of it. for some of those guys that they decided to sit them in Week 18. And I guess if you want to take that approach, you can. But what if that Week 18 or 19 or 20, however they decide to do it, because they might add an extra bye, what if that game actually means something to you?
That's why I'm saying you cannot wait until the final weeks to make those distinctions. You can't all of a sudden be stuck going, oh, crap, we forgot to get Josh Jacobs his
game
off game, and now we have to do it in a game that ultimately could mean either going to the postseason or not.
How many of these coaches already stink at game management?
Thank you. That's an excellent point. That's what I'm saying. Like, all of a sudden, now you're thinking that four-dimensionally as opposed to just putting the best team on the field. Like, it's like, can we win if this guy's not on the field? Yes? Okay, well, unfortunately, Tucker Kraft, you're going to have to sit this one because we think we can beat that team without you on the field. And then to your point, the other team goes, you see what they just did? They think they can beat us without Tucker Kraft, their best offensive weapon. Well, let's show them that they can't. It's just the whole thing to me stinks.
Well, you're unintentionally creating issues for yourself because what's one of the big problems the NBA has? Load management. Fans showing up to games hoping that a guy's there and, load management, can't play. You're a Packer fan. You save up all the money. You only get to go to one game a year. Oh, sorry, Micah Parsons isn't playing today.
Well,
guys.
let me ask you this, Chew, from a strategy standpoint. Is this one of those things where it's actually better to rest the entire team, and I don't mean entire, obviously, a lot of the starters against an inferior opponent, right? But this year, if you had looked at the Packers' schedule, they ended up losing to inferior opponent just because of injuries that they were dealing with, right? So, even that's not a guarantee. Even to sit there and go, who's a real stinky team this year? Let's just use the Browns because they're fun to kick. The Browns, right? Mm-hmm. So when we play the Browns, we can afford to, theoretically, sit this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy just to adhere to the new protocol of they can only play 17 games. And then you get your tail kicked anyway.
The margins are so thin. Like you can't take any opponent lightly. You just can't in the NFL. That's the way it is, Chew, right? I mean, we've told the story about you guys and the Colts how many times back in 1997. Like you can't afford to rest anybody at any given time.
I don't know what the trade-off would be because this is a pretty big nugget that the league wants an 18th game. Look, they already don't practice. Their practices are jokes. Training camp is a joke, so it's not like they can ask for more time. So what are you asking for? I mean, if I'm J.C. Tretter, I'm saying no even before it becomes an idea. Like, no.
But there's a general sentiment that J.C. Tretter was put in this role because he will go along with. I mean, that's all of sort of the collusion and the assertions of impropriety.
I can't wait till he gets walked over in these negotiations.
Well, he better hire someone that knows what the hell he's doing. I don't care where you went to school. If you're not a skilled negotiator, you're going to get your what handed to you.
I mean, again, it's the NFLPA's, again, added to the list of places where you can just fail upwards, where you can resign as part of a scandal and then somehow get promoed.
Because I guarantee he's probably making a couple $1 million for getting this job. Shoot, Gene Upshaw back in the 90s, I think, was making over $1 million, $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a bad idea, but the league is trying to push this through. They're hoping to get this for the 2027 season because they have not even scheduled. This is part of the Flory report. We don't know when the Super Bowl in 2028 is. February of 2028 does not have a date because they're hoping to be able to push this through and get it into place before they have to. Now, they've got to make that decision soon. Because, again, with all the logistics that go into planning a Super Bowl, you got to do that. But obviously, they're hoping to push this through quickly. And they better come up with a better – if the NFLPA is going to push back on an 18th game, they got to come up with a better idea than this because this is terrible. This is a bad idea.
Well, again, what Florio said, Chew, and again, this is not Florio's idea. He's actually saying he doesn't like it. He's not endorsing it. He's saying that most of the guys, to your point, don't play a full 17-game slate anyway because there's injuries here and there, or a guy is like Josh Jacobs at that point. We were like, well, we want Josh Jacobs for the long haul, so maybe you load manage him a couple of these games, get some of the backup guys in there a little bit more, but they still ended up playing, right? So could you have argued on those games, maybe you say, well, Josh Jacobs, we were going to only have you do about 50% of your load. Could we cut it back to 100% for that day off? Yes. I don't like the idea of a guy being forced to sit out if he's not healthy. I don't like that. I think that sets a bad precedent as well. So if you're 100% healthy and you want to play, now you're being told you have to sit. We have that argument all the time about what level of health a guy should be playing at. Now I'm telling you, I'm 100% healthy. I don't need to sit. I can contribute to the team. Nope, sorry. Mandated off game.
It's just, again, it just doesn't make a ton of sense. It just doesn't. For as smart as these NFL owners are, because they have to be, to have all the money that they have, they come up with some dumb ideas, man.
I wonder how much the fantasy football and the gambling element is going to play into it, Gabe. It's a good point by you that, like, you're building your fantasy roster and you're thinking you're all set, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, actually, this guy's going to be out for the mandatory off game.
I mean, so many guys, like, one of the key things listed when you're drafting fantasy football team is the bye week.
But let me ask you this, though. And I'm sure Florio was told to float this out, maybe by the NFL side of things. What's the compensation? So you still, is there going to be an 18th game, but the players are still only compensated for 17?
It sounds like it, yeah, because
so
you're
it's
only
a win-win
playing
for the league.
games.
I would tell them to go pound sand right now.
Well, except for quarterbacks. Quarterbacks play all 18. So they're getting even a bigger piece of the pie?
Well, and then talk about your specialists. Is your kicker going over there going, excuse me, I'm kicking all 18 games. I'm punting all 18 games. Where's my increase in salary?
If I know anything about billionaire owners, typically they're not trying to give you a bigger slice of the pie.
Yes.
That's not generally they're operating.
And obviously the pie the pie itself is getting bigger by adding an 18th game because you're getting more money from, but like, you need something more than that.
Yes.
If you're the Players Association.
Again, I can't go back to, if we know that the game is bad for the players, so much so that we are willing to say you can only play 17 games, why in the world would you convince yourself that the 18th game is a good thing?
Yeah.
We need that sound
owners
effect again?
actually don't care about player safety.
Pearl clutching.
Yeah.
They're hoping there's more Cam Scataboos out there.
What a moron.
He apologized.
Oh, sure.
Who cares? It's already out there. You know?
You mean the guy who bangs his head against the wall
used to run into trees when he was a kid? You're telling me that guy?
Well, look at his head. He looks like a goblin. I mean, how big is that head? I can tell you what it ain't filled with.
You and him share that in common?
My head's not that. 7 5/8 is the normal size for a head. Gabe.
Yeah. Hey, look, I am not the one coming after your head size, pal. Your head size is
Jen, what's your head size?
No idea. How do you guys know your head size? Hats?
Fitted hats.
Yeah, no, my hats are all the snapbacks. Helmet.
Well,
yes.
all right, what click are you on? I ain't going to tell you what I'm on because something's wrong with these
Holding
things.
on by a thread, is it?
We can tell on Wednesday when you wear the hat backwards, pal.
Oh.
We can count the snaps.
Just tell me what click you're on when you wear a hat.
Always? Is it a Wednesday
So
thing?
he always wears a hat on Wednesday because it's cardio day.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
So he doesn't like take the shower, do his hair before cardio day.
All right,
so
Jen, for your hat,
wearing the knit hat or a baseball cap.
How many clicks do you have on your hat?
I'd have to look, and I forgot my hat today, as folks on the YouTube stream have noticed.
I mean, it depends upon the hat, but it's whatever. Like, it's either one or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, so one or two of them's open where the snap is past it. Does that make sense?
How many of the things do you have to snap on a hat?
I mean, good. Let's get out of here.
No. Because what do you think I am?
You're 4.
I'm 2.
Yeah, I don't know how many are on a typical one.
Hats are different. Some are more than others. Not every hat I put on has the same exact number of clicks.
Yeah, and what do you do about the ones that have just the strip that go into
one I'm
like
wearing
the
on
clip,
my head now?
right?
Those ones are tough sometimes.
So tough.
Getting the right size.
Smash
on
my
those.
brain. I can feel the hair falling out up here because it's rubbing too hard.
Chewy, what I can tell you is I'll be wearing a fitted hat to AmFam Field on Thursday, and it's 7 1/4.
Is that bigger or smaller than 5?
Oh my goodness, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. All right.
I mean, what?
Good gracious.
Can I do something I've never done? Audience, I apologize for what you just heard. We should have never gotten there. I'm sorry.
All right, Scattaboo over here.
I was about to say, is that more or less sincere?
Than Scattaboo? Gabe, go ahead.
It's a pizza party. And going on just still today, tomorrow, you got to head to Pick and Save in Metro Market because it's buy one, get one on Screamin' Sicilian original and thin and crispy pizzas. Yep, your favorite premium, loaded with toppings pies. They are now BOGO at Pick and Save and Metro Market. It's the kind of deal that makes stocking up a no-brainer. It's perfect for busy nights, family dinners, game day spreads, especially with all baseball coming up on Thursday. We got basketball more this weekend. Or maybe you're just you have those late night cravings. Make sure you stock up because you're getting twice the pizza for the price of one. But hurry, the deal is only good through March 24th. Perfect week for that freezer because say it with me, more toppings, more flavor, more is amore. And once the sale ends, it's gone. So head to Pick and Save or Metro Market, grab Screamin' Sicilian BOGO while it lasts.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
On 175 southbound, right at the ramp from Wisconsin Avenue, we do have the right lane blocked with an incident. So I'm not quite sure what it is, but you do want to be extra careful heading through that area. We do still have the accident on westbound 94 to southbound 894 in the Zoo interchange off on the left shoulder. Now, westbound itself is going to be a bit backed up from about 30th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, you're looking at backups from just before 76th Street all the way to about 35th. Also, northbound 4394 is seeing delays right around the Plainfield curve up to the KK River crossing. And southbound 43, you got backups from before Hampton down to Locust. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny, a high of 40. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low of 29. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Spring is here, and that means it's time for Brewers baseball.
Is a fly ball, deep center field, back to the track. Bye-bye baseball, Christian Yelich.
The Crew open up the season at home against the Chicago White Sox on March 26th. Stay up to date with all your Brewers opening day coverage on ESPN Milwaukee. Presented by KB Excursions, Car Bliss, and National Liquor Mart. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Feeling lucky? Then roll into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee this March for Lucky Rollers. Every Thursday, we're giving away over $70,000 in prizes. Play with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries, and you can roll out with $550 in reward play. Or get lucky and win your share of $16,000 in cash. Lucky Rollers, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Navigating today's complex market takes more than a bank. It takes a strategic partner. Fifth Third Bank helps businesses manage risk and solve financial challenges with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making. With 167 years of experience and nearly 20 years serving Milwaukee, Fifth Third delivers solutions like commercial payments, capital structure optimization, and risk mitigation. Big enough for sophisticated solutions, local enough to make decisions that matter. Connect with the Fifth Third Milwaukee team today. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. It's ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
What if you could have a spa-level sweat session at home for about 25 cents a day? That's why I love my infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. You can check them out in person at the State Fair Park Expo Center's Home and Garden Show, March 20th through the 29th. It's the perfect chance to step inside, compare models, and even ask questions. Good Health Saunas has been doing this for more than 20 years, and they back it all with a true lifetime warranty, which was huge for me. If an infrared sauna has been on your list, find Good Health Saunas at State Fair Park, March 20th through the 29th.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My father would always say, and there's a rhyme and a reason to it. He said, if you wear your rubbers in the house, you'll go blind. Do the two youngsters on the show here even know what rubbers are? I'm talking the ones that go over the shoes.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Another weekend of high school hoops here in the state of Wisconsin, and once again, taking nothing away from everything that was accomplished. I saw Whitefish Bay won, but
boys and girls sweeping D2 in Whitefish Bay.
Saw a dad of one of the some of the athletes whose daughter won the state title last weekend, and then whose son was on the Whitefish Bay team. This was prior to them winning, but he said we could be, celebrating 2 championships. And I was like, have a day, Dad. That's pretty cool. For all those parents out there whose kids have won a state title, what a significant accomplishment it is in high school. But there was a lot of attention, of course, on the Milwaukee-Juneau game. And why was that, Gabe? Why were people talking about how that game ended?
Because with about, 7 or 8 minutes left in the second half, they were up by 2, and they just started dribbling the ball. Decided to take a little break in the middle of the game. And I can't remember who they were playing. Didn't come out, didn't pressure. So they were just able to kind of tick, 90 seconds, 2 minutes off the clock without having to do anything. And that drew boos from the crowd and, of course, reignited the long-time debate of, okay, should Wisconsin high school basketball have a shot clock? Because
I can't believe there's only 32 states that have it. I mean, come on, it's 2026. Don't you think we should? What's the reasoning behind not having a shot?
Staffing.
Yeah, cost and staffing. Because you got to have another person, come in. And a lot of times that's like a volunteer thing, right? Another parent's got to volunteer, come in, run the shot clock.
Yeah, but how many times have you been at a game where before the game tips, they're walking around going, hey, we need somebody to run book.
Yeah.
Hey, we need somebody to run the scoreboard, And then you got parents looking around at each other and then going, I'll do it, and somebody walks across the floor, and thank goodness, because if they didn't do it, you're not sure if that game would tip off or not.
And there's a little bit more complexity behind the shot clocks. You got to reset it all the time, and are you doing it on offensive rebounds, that sort of thing.
So what's your take? You're fine without it?
I
mean, they didn't break the rules.
Should have played defense.
I'm fine without it, but additionally, in this specific instance, I understand people were upset that with Milwaukee-Juneau for doing it. Like, there's a 5-second count in high school. Closely guarded 5 second.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there and try to force that. Make them at least pass the ball around if they want to waste some time. Put some pressure. Throw a double team out there. Make them, if you don't like it as the other team was obviously fine with it because they just sat back behind the three-point line, standing there on defense. Go out there. Try to play some defense. That's
to me, too, is precisely the don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yes.
Right? I don't fault Milwaukee-Juneau for making this decision when this rule exists that there is no shot clock. Absolutely have your guy stand there and dribble and dribble and dribble. They probably were shocked that the other team didn't at least try to take the ball away. Try to make a steal. Try to get in a guy's face. Play some tough defense. But if you're going to make it that easy for them, I can't fault the team for going, well, this is allowed.
Yeah.
There's no way a referee could handle it. Like in high school football, there's no play clock. It's just the back judge is responsible for keeping the 40 seconds, and he'll give you a 5-second countdown.
Yeah, well, he'll raise his hand when there's 10 left, and then he starts counting when there's 5.
Yeah.
So that's
but you can't do that in hoops, can you?
No, because again,
there's
that's
too much back and forth action. Yeah.
Because really, the only person that needs to know you on the field is the quarterback. Right? So
Correct.
The quarterback can see the official, the back judge, going down 5-4. Okay, I got to snap the ball. But everybody on the floor needs to know how much time is left on a shot clock in order to get a shot off. So it's just tough to be in the line of sight of everybody. So you kind of have to,
So you would essentially need another referee at these games to control the shot clock, because if you give it to the home team's parents, I'm sure there's going to be a little,
It should be a trained individual who's, being paid to do the job. Because, that is one area where you could theoretically manipulate it.
What if you just implemented it in the playoffs?
I don't like that either.
Well, you've been playing a different style of basketball all season long, right?
You can do one thing during the regular season and then the postseason. Or I had seen some people say, what if you just do it for the state tournament? Well, then you're playing playoff games one way, and now the last 2 games of the season, now you've got to deal with the shot clock? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. Because then, kids aren't used to it. Kids don't know how to handle those situations. So either you have it or you don't. And it doesn't seem like it's ever been that close to passing in the state of Wisconsin, despite all these people wringing their hands and wanting it to happen. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that shot clock in the state of Wisconsin anytime soon.
Coupled with it's hard enough to find referees to
and parents,
rough the game
like
as
Jenna
it
just
is.
said,
WIAA board has voted against implementing a shot clock for 3 consecutive years, with many school administrators citing costs and staffing difficulties as the primary obstacles. That from wissports.net. It is important to add, though, that most coaches do want it, that most coaches have campaigned for it.
So in the Division I state championship game, Steve Collins, who is retiring from Madison Memorial, longtime coach, 3 state championships, a legendary coach in the state of Wisconsin, his team kind of played that grinded out, slow it down style. And even after the game, they lost to Wisconsin Lutheran in the Division I state championship game. He had said, I personally believe there should be a shot clock in Wisconsin state high school basketball. However, there is not. So if I can use this to my advantage to help my team win games, I am going to do that.
Oh, absolutely. You see that at every level, right? We have talked at times about how there are rules in the NFL that certain coaches seem to be more acutely aware of. And then when that situation presents itself, albeit, one that's, deep in the rule books, they're like, we took advantage of it. We knew that situation could give us an advantage, and we recognized that we were in that situation, and we took advantage of it. Again, I don't blame Milwaukee Juno for handling it this way. I'm a little surprised that the opposing team didn't at least try to take the ball away. What was it? Was it a 1-possession game at that point?
It was a 2-point game. And again, when they just kind of dribbled it out, again, there was still 7 minutes left, and the coach after the game had just said, just decided we could, if they weren't going to come out and pressure, take a little breather here. Kind of, just make sure we're ready to go for the final 5 minutes or so. And again, it takes 2 teams are out on the floor. The other one's got to come out and force the action. And if you got a little bit of a lead, you're allowed to, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to take the air out of the basket.
I guess I just don't I understand the hurdles. I understand, but do we think that having a shot clock would make the game better? Is this an instance where that final, whatever it was, 90 seconds or however many minutes it ended up being, would have been better / more entertaining had the shot clock existed? I think unequivocally, yes.
Yeah, but again, I think these situations are very specific and they don't happen all that often. So I think that's part of the reason for hesitancy as well.
Does it need to happen at the state level? Does it need to happen in a championship game for people to again go, grown, we're doing this again, we're having this debate again? Can anything overcome the perceived cost challenges and staffing challenges that exist for the shot clock?
No. I don't think so. If these are the reasons and administrators are saying, hey, we don't have the money to upfront invest, and again, there's a lot of schools across the state that are having financial difficulties. If they don't have the money to upfront invest into having the shot clocks on top of the hoops and having somebody come in and install that, and then on top of it, now finding parent volunteers, like this happening in a state championship game, that doesn't change the fact that it still costs money and it still takes people to volunteer their time to get this thing done in Wisconsin.
800-990-3776. Did you have a reaction to the Milwaukee Juno win where they spent the last 90 seconds essentially dribbling the ball because there is no shot clock in Wisconsin high school basketball? Let us know, 800-990-3776. It has been a lengthy debate. We have talked about it before. As we mentioned, it has been voted on and turned down, denied the last 3 years. Do you think this needs to happen? 800-990-3776. Back on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy after this.
Are you looking for a weight loss option that works, a weight loss option that will stick? There comes a point where you know it's time to do something for yourself. I want real goals and real change. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm starting that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. I'm down 35 pounds at this point and a couple pant sizes and feeling my best. It's doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program where people can lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, safely and naturally keep it off. Many have found success and real results, continue to have amazing reviews from real people who have gone through the same program. No drugs, surgeries, or injections, just a proven metabolic reset. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. Milwaukee Weight Loss has already helped thousands of people change their lives. There's no better time than now to take control and start feeling confident again. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980. Or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got this problem on 175 southbound right at Wisconsin Avenue. The right lane is blocked with an incident, so heads up with that. Southbound 43 backing up from just south of Hampton all the way down to about Locust. Northbound 4394 is slow just north of the Mitchell interchange. Round the playing field curve all the way up to the KK River crossing. Eastbound 94, we've got backups basically from about 76th Street through the Stadium interchange to 35th. The westbound side from 30th to about Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. Your home for basketball this March. Stop in for great local food, cold drinks, and wall-to-wall tournament action. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny with a high of 40. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
How are things at Kessler's Greenfield, Kelly?
Fantastic. I heard you have an idea for springtime. I love spring. I have a big collection of new life to show you.
New life is a spring thing.
Show us. I call it crosses and clovers. These are amazing. Well done, Kelly.
These are stunningly unique.
Kelly, the surface of this 4-leaf clover is fantastic. What's it made of? Sarah, the surface of that lucky 4-leaf clover is made of crushed black diamonds. Wow. I'm buying this one. How much? $185. In yellow gold vermeil, it's just $270. This cross, $90.
And these initials pendants?
These are $60.
Clovers, crosses, and personalized pendants.
And a leprechaun that says they're magically delicious. Sarah, that's a breakfast cereal.
Kelly, you've done well.
Extremely well. Extremely very well. Happy springtime, everyone.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You called them a white
find someone else
earlier.
From one white stiff to another. I'm pretty well versed in the realm of stiffs.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Haven't talked a lot about the Green Bay Packers, so let's get to it. Green Bay obviously continuing to build their roster, aiming for the 2026-2027 season. I was just telling the guys I'm headed to the NFL draft in Pittsburgh next month. So let's do this. Who, or rather I should say, which position, Chewy, do you want them to focus on in the NFL draft? We know they don't have a first-round pick, but they do have Micah Parsons, so that's okay. Are you still on the defensive line? Are you cornerback? Are you defense? Give me someone defensively. Or is there somewhere else you'd like to see them go with their top picks in the draft this year?
Corner. I think they have to go corner. They need some depth there. The kid was he from Canada or is Juiced? To me, he sounds like from San Diego. The guy, he seems like just kind of a guy.
He's a Canadian from San Diego.
Was I right?
I mean, he's a
right.
Canadian. He is Canadian.
He's not.
He's French Canadian. He has French Canadian
Yes.
background.
Important detail.
And he played for Los Angeles.
Yep.
Yeah, I nailed it. That was good. D-line.
Josh, he threw the Chewy prism. That feels about 100%.
Yeah. You just got to be able to. Just gotta be
Grading
able
on
to-
the curve.
Yeah.
It's more depth. I mean, I think they have the starting positions for the most part squared away. Now they have serious depth issues at three major positions: O-line, corner, and still defensive line / whether it's going to be a 3-4 or 4-3 defensive end or outside linebacker, whatever you want to call it. They need depth at those positions.
I think they have depth on the outside. I mean, again, you may not like the depth. They've got enough bodies at pass rusher, let's just call it the edge position. And honestly, to me, yes, it's corner is the biggest need, but I would not be shocked if they don't go corner in the second round. That pretty much forces their hand, I think, in the third round. But that second corner position, I think, is one that is going to be a competitive spot that people are vying for when we get to training camp. And if they use the second round pick on him, then whoever that guy is probably in that competition.
For whatever it's worth, there is a ton of depth in this upcoming draft at the cornerback position. They're saying there's not a lot of high-level elite talent, but there's a ton of depth. And Jonathan Gannon has historically valued corners. This is something that he places a priority on based on the defense that he wants to run. So I wouldn't be surprised either, Chew, if that's the position that they target. I know, Gabe, you're saying, hold the phone, but it just feels like the most glaring need and I guess the most bang for your buck based on how the draft this year is shaking out and where they inevitably will draft.
Yeah, and if they feel like there's depth there, then maybe they feel like they can grab one in the third round and go, hey, depth falls off, and we need interior linemen still, and there's somebody they like there. Or an offensive lineman that they like for depth purposes. I think what they did this in the free agency period, it opened them up to not be locked into one position of, we have to do this in the second round or else. I think that kind of, again, you're looking for more depth pieces, maybe a starter at that second cornerback spot, but I think it gives them the flexibility to be more versatile with their draft picks, especially in that first one in the second round.
Josh, could you make an argument for anyone else, any other position? I mean, again, we've talked about defensive tackle. Cornerback just to me seems like the most glaring need because I don't think any of us are thrilled with the talent that they have at cornerback.
No. The only thing that I could see a potential is a offensive lineman. And that's just sort of, we see some opportunity here. Maybe we move on from some guys and we just need depth and we think this guy's worth the value of where they're getting him. But I think in terms of like the amount of picks, what our 2/3 going to be on the defensive side if you start looking around. It certainly seems like it's going to be a defensive heavy draft with maybe like O-line and wide receiver or quarterback tossed in somewhere along the lines. But I think they're going to hit defense pretty much through those first early, the high value stuff is certainly going to go that way to me.
What are they going to do at quarterback? Draft?
7th rounder or UDFA.
Yeah.
As their backup?
Well,
I
no,
still think
no.
you need to go get.
Probably Ritter.
You think so?
Unless the Colts actually trade Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Like that, whatever they decide to do with Richardson out in Indianapolis, if the Packers want to go get him and have another reclamation project the way that they did with Malik.
I'm not sure I'd be willing to give up that much for Anthony Richardson.
Oh, no, like it's a 7th round pick, something like that.
Oof, what a wash for the Colts.
Well, I mean, he's only got 1 year left on the rookie deal, so nobody's going to pick up that 50-year
Was he a
option.
first rounder?
Oh, he was top 10 pick.
Oh, so he ain't getting the option.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
When
And
do they
whoever
have to-
trades for him isn't going to pick up that option either because wherever he goes, it's going to be to a backup. And I don't think anybody's going to project or want to spend that kind of guaranteed money on a quarterback that hasn't had the success.
Playing the trends, do you think there's a game or two that Desmond Ridder starts for the Green Bay Packers next year, Chew?
Well, based upon the last 2 years, yes. You know?
I'm going to say no because they're going to realize how bad he sucks and they go somewhere else.
Yeah, if I'm taking over-under
Desmond Ridder starts.
I'm going
0.5.
under. Yeah, I'm
You're
going
under
under.
0.5.
Yeah.
But give me
Not because.
Yes, but if I'm going over/under on other quarterback than Jordan Love to start games for the Packers, I'm taking
a
over
player
0.5.
to be named later.
Yes. That guy's just not Desmond Ridder.
Tough day for Desmond Ridder on these airwaves.
Sorry for the disrespect.
Is it disrespect if he's not good? Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, is it just the truth?
Well, you could be nicer.
Yeah, Gabe. Come on.
Is it on me now?
Chewy being the nice place is a weird.
This is a Monday. Shouldn't you be
weird,
joining in?
Warped world we're living in right now.
Throw it on
Gabe
top
be-
of the pile.
What would Gabe be saying about me early in my career if that was today?
Well, but the difference is, Chew, Desmond Ridder had an opportunity. We've seen him play.
Yeah.
We know he's not good. When you got an opportunity to play, you proved you were good.
Where did he go to school? Was that Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Fickle's guy, huh?
Yes.
Does he have any more eligibility?
You gotta kick him over to Wisconsin?
Yeah, what the hell?
Add him to the list of transfers that the Badgers have brought in at quarterback.
We did put it on the Infinity Exteriors poll about the 18th game in the NFL. Are you in favor of adding an 18th game to the NFL season? Go ahead and weigh in on that. We'll put it on the Infinity Exteriors poll as well. What position do you want the Packers to target with their first pick? There is no first round pick, but their first pick is in the second round. I think it's 52. Does that sound about right? 52? 50 something?
Yeah. I think that tracks.
So cornerback, defensive tackle. Anything else? Other? Offensive
line. Just
Other?
because if there's an offensive lineman who falls, there's always a chance.
Let us know, 800-990-3776.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time because Pella of Wisconsin is offering 0% interest financing all the way until 2032. That's right, 0% interest until 2032. In Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. One lucky homeowner is going to win up to $5,000 off their new Pella window or door project when they schedule an appointment at the Home and Garden Show. So stop by the Pella booth and ask a Pella representative for details. If you're not heading over there, it all starts. It's always easy. PellaWI.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. With Wildy and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All right, Wisconsin, Josh DiMaggio here, and you know it's tournament time, and Wanna Parlay is where players go to win. If you're building brackets and backing your picks, now you've got even more ways to cash in, and with brand new alternative lines on Wanna Parlay. More control, more strategy, bigger upside. And don't forget, the world's richest parlay is waiting. Download Wanna Parlay in the App Store today and use code JGC for a 100% deposit match for up to $250. Don't just watch it, play it with the world's richest parlay, Wanna Parlay.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. March is that time of year when a lot of us are thinking about fresh starts and maybe even getting a tax refund. And instead of spending that money on something temporary, what if you invested it in something that improves your home for decades? Universal Windows Direct makes that decision easy. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. The more you upgrade, the more you save. Plus, you'll get 24 months with no payments and no interest. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today.
At Saturn Lounge, we know. If your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform. Your storytelling would inspire. Your campaigns would deliver leads that become sales. You wouldn't need a report to tell you. Visit SaturnLounge.com today. When marketing works, it shows.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Tuna. It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Breaking news in the NFL. I'm sure some of you have seen it. Jackson Smith-Njigba reached agreement with the Seattle Seahawks on a 4-year, $168.6 million contract extension that now makes him the highest-paid wide receiver in NFL history. Does this at all affect Christian Watson's number?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
It doesn't really affect his number.
Yes, it does.
He's not on. I mean, if he goes out and has a monster year, sure, but Christian Watson doesn't have the Offensive Player of the Year on the resume.
No, he's not making $42 million, but he's probably creeping on mid-20s, high 20s.
Yeah, again, this to me doesn't affect Watson. Like, the number is going to go up regardless because the number always goes up, but he's a mid-tier guy, so he's going to be more of the, again, mid-tier is probably like mid-tier ones. Like, he's not top of the market. He's, going to be in the area that you said, Chew.
And you're willing to pay him that?
Let's see how he does this year.
Yeah.
Might not even get there, though, because if I was representing you, I'd say you ain't playing.
But you haven't made any money yet. Like, the chance for you to start making money begins this season.
No.
With the $13 million.
Without him, that's a big blow. Big blow. Especially with Dobbs gone. You don't think so?
I think that'd be a heck of a risk for Christian Watson to take because he's already signed an extension.
Yeah, but even with that Pierce and
Indianapolis
getting what he did.
Yeah. Pierce also has been able to stay healthy and, has had a couple of big seasons. Christian's never had a big season.
Well, and that's these are all the things that the Packers will use to keep the number down. But if he goes out and again produces in a big way, they're going to have a tough time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, if he goes out there and has, this could affect him if Christian goes out there and has 1,400 yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns, whatever. Then suddenly this.
I want my damn respect.
Are you okay back there? Trigger happy fingers.
We've got backups northbound 41 from just north of Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Burlock.